You ever heard about a place where planes and ships disappear without a trace? Where the ocean seems to swallow everything that ventures near it? Back in 1945, 5 U.S. Navy planes took off from Florida on a routine training mission. Everything seemed fine at first. The weather was great, the planes were in good shape, and the pilots were experienced. But then things started to get weird. So what exactly is going on there? But before we dive into those spine-chilling tales, let's take a moment to appreciate the real mystery here. And it's not just the big metal monsters that have gone missing. Even small boats and planes have vanished without a trace. It's like the Bermuda Triangle has some kind of radar that targets anything that flies or floats nearby. People have been talking about this strange phenomenon for centuries, but it wasn't until the 20th century that the Bermuda Triangle really started to get spooky. Well, according to some experts, it's all about the methane. Deep under the ocean floor in the Bermuda Triangle, there's a whole bunch of methane gas. It's been trapped there for millions of years. Maybe they're testing out new weapons, or maybe they're just curious about human stuff. Who knows? Others say it's the work of the devil himself. He might be hanging out there with his pointy friends, causing all sorts of chaos and mischief. They say it's just a coincidence that all these ships and planes have disappeared there. But I don't buy it. Or you can keep pretending that nothing strange ever happens in the Bermuda Triangle. But I wouldn't do that if I were you. It's better to be prepared than sorry. So if you're ever near that part of the ocean, remember to respect its power and be careful. You never know when it might decide to claim its next victim. There's something mysterious going on in that part of the ocean, something that we don't fully understand. But every once in a while, it makes its way to the surface. When that happens, it creates huge bubbles in the water. And when those bubbles pop, they release a lot of energy. If you're still not convinced, well, then keep an open mind. You never know what secrets the Bermuda Triangle might reveal next. Thanks for watching. Maybe one day you'll be the one to solve the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. What do you think is going on in the Bermuda Triangle? Is it just a bunch of bunk, or is there something more sinister at play? Share your thoughts below and let's discuss. But for now, it's best to stay safe and leave the treasure hunting to the professionals. Maybe one day we'll uncover the truth behind all those missing ships and planes. But until then, we can only speculate and shiver at the thought of what might lie beneath the surface. Every year, ships and planes still go missing there, and no one knows what will happen next. So if you're anywhere near the Bermuda Triangle, better watch your back. You never know when the ocean might decide to swallow you whole. That energy can be strong enough to sink a ship or bring down a plane. Just imagine being on a small boat when a giant bubble pops under you. It would be like getting hit by a mini earthquake. The Bermuda Triangle isn't just some made-up story. It's a real place with a real history of weird happenings. Well, scientists think it's because the ocean floor is a bit different there. It's made up of a bunch of tiny cracks and crevices, and that makes it easier for the methane to escape. So that's one theory about what happens in the Bermuda Triangle. But there are plenty of other ideas floating around out there. Some people say it's a time vortex. That means when stuff enters it, it gets transported to another time. Imagine stepping into the Bermuda Triangle and suddenly being thrown back to the age of dinosaurs. Now that would be a wild adventure. They started calling it the Bermuda Triangle and it became a hot spot for conspiracy theorists. They thought maybe it was some kind of curse or something. Some even said it was the work of the devil himself. The Bermuda Triangle is one of those mysteries that will probably never be solved. And that's what makes it so fascinating. It's a reminder that there are still parts of the world that we don't understand. But as time went on, people started to realize that there had to be a logical explanation for what was happening. After all, the Bermuda Triangle is just a part of the ocean, right? So it couldn't be some supernatural mystery. These folks came up with all sorts of ideas to explain what was going on there. Some said it was aliens, others said it was pirates. But as it turned out, none of those theories could withstand the test of time. Okay, now let's get into the spookiness. Well, no one knows for sure because the Bermuda Triangle is one of the biggest mysteries of our time. In the 1970s, the Navy started investigating the Bermuda Triangle. They wanted to figure out once and for all what was going on there. What they found was pretty surprising. The Navy discovered that most of the ships and planes that had gone missing in the Bermuda Triangle had been in the wrong place at the wrong time. See, the Bermuda Triangle is notorious for having some pretty rough weather. Hurricanes and thunderstorms are common, and the waves can get really high. And let's not forget about those pesky Gulf Stream currents. They can move pretty fast, and they can easily toss a small boat around like a toy. People have been trying to solve it for decades, but it's so baffling that even the smartest scientists can't figure it out. It's like trying to catch smoke. As they flew over the Bermuda Triangle, the pilots reported seeing strange lights in the sky, and then they could unfind their way back to land. Even the ocean didn't look right. One pilot said it looked like a big bathtub full of milk. They tried to contact each other, but the radio was acting up. The planes started to lose altitude, and soon they were swallowed by the darkness. The next morning, a rescue plane was sent out to look for them, but it vanished too. Not a single piece of wreckage was found, and no one knows what happened to those pilots and crew members. They call it the Bermuda Triangle, and it's hidden in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. But it's not just an ordinary part of the ocean, no sir. That place is a mystery wrapped in danger. Now let me tell you a story about what goes down there. That story isn't the only one. Over the years, hundreds of ships and planes have disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle. The most mind-boggling part is that the sky is usually clear and the sea is calm when these disappearances happen. It's like a trap. You might think it's just bad luck, or maybe those people made mistakes. But the truth is stranger than you can imagine. There are forces at play in the Bermuda Triangle that we don't fully understand. It's like there's a big, dark secret hiding under the ocean, waiting to swallow anything that gets too close. Now, I know you want to hear some spooky stories and theories about ghosts and whatnot. There are tons of stories about ships and planes that have met their end in the Bermuda Triangle. Back in the 1950s, a bunch of airplanes went missing near the Florida Keys, and that got people's attention. As more and more ships and planes vanished in the Bermuda Triangle, people started to get scared. Well, that's where the United States Navy came in. But that still doesn't explain why so many ships and planes go missing without a trace. Now, you might be wondering why the methane only pops up in the Bermuda Triangle. Of course, there are also the more outlandish theories. Some people say it's aliens, abducting people and ships. So which theory is right? Well, that's the thing. No one knows for sure. I said before, the Bermuda Triangle isn't just a made-up story. It's a real place with real dangers. Some people say the Bermuda Triangle is nothing but a bunch of nonsense. You can choose to stop acting like an annoying little brother and accept the truth. Who knows what secrets are hidden beneath the waves of the Bermuda Triangle? The Bermuda Triangle is a chilling reminder that there are still many things in our world that we simply do and understand. And who knows? Now I want to hear from you. If you enjoyed this spooky tale, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more spine-chilling adventures.